Women in India are saying enough is enough. Almost 1 year after activist Tarana Burke's Me Too movement erupted in the US, Indian survivors are sharing long-ignored or unreported instances of sexual assault and harassment. The movement, which empowered survivors in the US to speak up about harassment by little-known and high-profile perpetrators alike, has made global waves and spread to places like France, China, and Kenya. And though Me Too in India is making headlines as a new movement,
will the Me Too movement change India?
A watershed moment for India's Me Too movement.
In the wake of the Me Too movement in India, that has really gained momentum.
Some women are saying they've been speaking out for a long time. It's just people haven't been listening. We spoke to women in media from New Delhi and Mumbai to help establish how India got to this landmark moment and what it could mean for the future of the global Me Too movement. This isn't the first time women in India are speaking out against sexual assault, but it's fair to say past allegations haven't caught fire on social media the way they are now. In fact, one of the allegations that sparked this movement first surfaced 10 years ago, but didn't really gain traction until just recently. Bollywood actress Tanushree Dutta first spoke out and filed a police report against an actor in 2008, just days after she says he sexually harassed her on the set of a Bollywood film. But at the time, the incident was really only covered by local media, and sometimes in a way that victim-blamed Dutta. Janice Sequeira spoke about visiting the set after it all went down.
I landed on the set and I realized that there was no shooting happening and that the heroine or the actress in this piece, Tanushree Dutta, seemed extremely upset. The leading man, Nana Patekar, has sort of colluded with the choreographer and the producers to ensure that he would be a part of the song in a manner where he got to touch her inappropriately. This was, of course, what we would call today, workplace exploitation, workplace harassment.
Dutta was met with an angry mob outside her trailer, demanding that she finish the shoot. Footage from that night shows the mob surrounding her car and even breaking her windshield. A couple years later, Dutta took a break from Bollywood to deal with the trauma and moved to the US. During a holiday in India this summer, she brought up the incident again in a TV interview. This time, more people listened, but she also received backlash, people accusing her of making up the story or waiting 10 years to speak up. Patekar has denied the allegations.
Of course, I want the industry to ban these people and not work with them just to set an example for other actors, other producers, other directors, and say that you cannot get away with this kind of behavior.
Sequeira decided to corroborate Dutta's account in a Twitter thread that went viral in September 2018.
I just felt like it took someone so much courage after 10 years to talk about this all over again. An incident that really changed her life. If she had the courage to do the right thing to, find her voice, then why the hell couldn't I?
Soon after, the floodgates began to swing open. Comedian Mahima Kakraja called out a prominent stand-up comic for sending sexually explicit photos. He initially denied some of the claims she made, but apologized after more women came forward. Journalist Sandhya Menon spoke out against alleged sexual harassment by senior editors and encouraged others to do the same. The movement has even reached the top levels of government, with now former junior foreign minister MJ Akbar facing accusations by more than a dozen women. He denied the claims and filed a defamation suit against the first woman to come forward, well-known journalist Priya Ramani, but also eventually resigned. Many pointed out that sexual harassment and assault don't only occur on film sets and newsrooms, but are also prevalent on public transit, in homes, in classrooms, and beyond.
And I think what we're seeing right now is decades of pent-up anger and frustration. And it's not just about me or you or women of my generation or younger women. It is anger at what we have personally experienced. It's anger at the humiliation that we know that our mothers and grandmothers have experienced.
Decades of frustration, as Vedikad puts it, have culminated in Indian women speaking out before. Massive protests in 2012 and 2013 over the rape and murder of a 23-year-old woman on a bus helped spur legal action and nationwide conversation about sexual assault. In 2017, a law student, herself a survivor of sexual assault, crowdsourced a list of Indian academics whose students said sexually harassed them and published it on Facebook. Also in 2017, women in the southern state of Kerala came together to form the Women in Cinema Collective, after a prominent actress in the Malayalam, or Mollywood, film industry was abducted and sexually assaulted. An accused actor was eventually arrested, but Vedikad says the incident didn't make major waves outside of the South at the time.
The rights movement in the state of Kerala among the Malayalam film industry, that's Mollywood, has not got the attention it deserves in the rest of the country. But the MeToo movement in America got coverage across India.
I mean, if we hadn't seen what's happening in Hollywood now, we would probably still be about 5-10 years away from taking victims more seriously. So I feel like while the Western movement has had a huge role in sort of helping us find our voice, I also feel like Indian women are finally realizing that, it's time we stop sort of, listening to those age-old sort of stories of how our mothers and parents told us how to be and find our own voice.
Some say that as much as survivors in India may have been inspired by the US Me Too movement, each culture has its own set of unique challenges that shouldn't be overlooked.
Our challenges in India might be different culturally in the sense that we have our caste system, but then America has its problems of race, as does the rest of the world.
Tarana Burke, who founded the Me Too movement in 2006, said that though she initially started Me Too with Black and brown girls in mind, their traumas haven't been given the same clout or attention as white women's. In India, activists say the movement has failed to include the voices of low-income and so-called lower caste Dalit women. And that's a big problem, because Dalit women are frequent victims of attacks, and that likelihood has been on the rise. According to India's National Crime Records Bureau, more than 4 Dalit women are raped every day.
That this Me Too movement should not remain restricted to the middle classes and the upper classes, to women in cities or women who are English speaking or women who are closer to power centers, but that it should cover women of the lower castes, women of the state of Jammu and Kashmir, and women of religious minorities.
She says other patriarchal institutions in India need to be addressed and dismantled in order to see the full impact of a women's equality movement.
Every intelligent woman from the upper castes and from the upper classes should know that the caste system, that communalism, all of this harms all of us.
When we zoom out, it's clear that violence against women in India and elsewhere is far from being eradicated. In June of this year, the Thomson Reuters Foundation ranked India the most dangerous country in the world for women, based on the verdicts and opinions of more than 500 experts, in part because of high rates of sexual violence. In 2016, there were a reported 338,954 crimes against women, including 38,947 rapes.
The number of times I have been molested on public transport. I once had a boss who used to accidentally, quote unquote, accidentally, whose elbows and hands used to accidentally touch the breast of a woman passing by. It happened to be once, it happened to be twice.
Most entertainment journalists, most women who worked in media and film spaces have sort of experienced anything from sexism to actual sexual exploitation at some point in their career.
But despite the backlash and obstacles that women in India and around the world continue to face, they're raising their voices.
This is a beginning that is going to lead to big changes, and this is something that no one can stop just now because it's a force beyond anybody's control.
Has your country experienced its own Me Too wave recently? We're going to keep reporting on this issue, and that means we'd really like to hear stories from you, our audience. So let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching Now This World, and don't forget to like and subscribe.